Here we go. Okay, and now apparently we're live on YouTube. Apparently we're live, so that's weird. There we go. Alright, so apparently we're live on YouTube, so that's good. Just make sure I'm on the page it says I'm on. Yes, okay, alright. Alright, gentlemen, feel free to begin. Alright, let's go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a bit about a toe. Which watch are we gonna go? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, we're gonna watch from this end. So, Saline Water versus Aquamarine. So, here we go. Round 3. As on one end of the field with Saline, we got Incineroar, Basculegion, Charizard, Maushold, Toxapex, Whimsicott. And on the other side, we got Charizard, Farigiraf. I was wondering why I was forgetting to know Farigiraf's name. Araquanid, Frostlass, Superior, and a little Ninetales. Double Ice. I wonder if this is double Snow Warning with Mega Frostlass. Of course, Charizard on one. Both Charizards most likely running Sun with. But we will see. As here we go, as it is Farigiraf and Superior out, as Incineroar and Toxapex both come out, as Intimidate procs, assuming that the Superior here is contrary. Or contrary? Contrarian. Minus is plus. I will say, I am surprised seeing Toxapex having such a surge as of late in Reg MA. So we start off here with the Leaf Storm into the Toxapex, just around maybe 40-45%. As a double up into the Toxapex, it still lives, however, folks. We get a Flare Blitz into Superior, down it goes. And an Infestation onto the Farigiraf, which will take more damage here. Now we have Charizard coming on out now. And actually, no, it is a Mega Charizard X, so it is a Snow Team with Mega Charizard X with Tough Claws as its ability. Baneful Bunker going in for, so Toxapex will get some extra damage and healing for free. Dragon Rush into the Incineroar does live, however, and is going to consume its Citrus Berry here. As Dazzling Gleam gets launched out into the Incineroar and Toxapex, who... Oh, and the Incineroar flinched by Dragon Rush, folks! The healing saved, but at what cost? What cost is the question? Hopefully it is not $9.99. As Mousehold comes on in, there's a double switch here. As here comes on out, the Legion and Mousehold both coming on in. Dragon Rush unfortunately misses. Psyshock into the Legion, lowered regular defense, but it's still taking some damage here. It is still a 4v3, folks. So no Charizard and no Whimsicott on one end. Still, we don't know what's the last remaining Pokemon, as here comes some Intimidating from Incineroar. And it will be Araquanid, so no weather in this matchup of two weather teams, as Flip Turn comes on out into the Araquanid, so it doesn't take much damage thanks to Water Bubble. As here comes back out Toxapex. It is Temper Flare after a miss. Incineroar goes down. Temper Flare after the Dragon Rush missed. And the Mousehold will come on out. And just like that, the Toxapex back up to over half its HP. Folks, things are definitely heating on up. As we get an encore here from Mousehold, forced into Temper Flare, so it'll do way less damage as a miss did not occur. Infestation, however, into the Mousehold. Are we going to be seeing double Infestation? Yes, we will. Infestation onto the Charizard, onto the Mousehold. The support from the water types is plentiful indeed. So indeed, folks, it is a 3-on-3. Saline Water in a interesting position here. Neither of its Pokemon out right now are the Legion, its main form of attack here. As Follow Me comes on out. As Temper Flare once again goes, as Araquanid switches out for Farigiraf, excuse me. And more recovery. The Toxapex, the Pex, and the Pest is back up to full. There must be an expectation here that the Toxapex will switch out here for Vascular Legion. With the... As we did see Farigiraf using Psyshock earlier in the match. As Protect comes on to the Mousehold, who uses Protect to stop the attack. Nasty Plot up from the Farigiraf. Interesting move here. Gets setting up for a final attack as Toxic lands. Perfectly accurate Toxic thanks to the poison. It goes. Oh boy, folks. This Toxapex may truly be the difference maker. Doing all that it can. Encore is ended, but you gotta assume the Mousehold is faster here. The question has to be, will it switch out? As more Encore comes into the Farigiraf, who's locked now into Nasty Plot. Oh my! And the Toxic now into the Charizard, who now goes down. Thanks to the... Or does it survive? It does survive, but it is most likely going to be facing... Actually, no, it's most likely now faster, folks. It's most likely now faster than the Mousehold, which means it will attack. The question is into who and into what. Since most likely we're going to be seeing double Protect on one end. You got to assume that Farigiraf is definitely switching out to get out of the... to get out of the Encore. And yes, folks, it is a double Protect. No, it is not a double Protect. It missed into the... Oh no! Nasty Plot forced. Toxapex avoids the Dragon Rush. Down goes Charizard. Its only hope of damage unfortunately ended here, as here will come out the Araquanid. Now it is 3-on-2. Stall in VGC. Who would have seen this being possibly victorious? Super Fang now into the Araquanid, getting 50% damage done. Nasty Plot. The Encore will end. Liquidation now into the Mousehold and down. Oh, Mousehold goes down here. Water Bubble making its extra damage to be felt. But now, folks, a timer has been placed on both the Farigiraf and the Araquanid, and one last turn coming for Farigiraf. Luckily, it comes out of encoring. However, Vascular Legion, most likely running Adaptability Choice Scarf here, is most likely the fastest thing on the field. But folks, you never know. It is a +6 Farigiraf as Baneful Bunker is set up. Wave Crash now going into the Farigiraf, knocking it out. The question is, what did Araquanid choose to do? And it elected to go into Liquidation into the Vascular Legion. Not enough to get the kill here, folks. Wave crash into the Toxapex. It's not enough to knock it out. Liquidation going into the Ombasti Legion. And down it goes. It is now a one-on-one. And infestation. And that may actually wrap it up, folks. Unless this Araquanid somehow has some form of healing here. It does not, and it does not matter. Araquanid goes down. And that does it. Saline Water beats Aquamarine in a very close contest, folks. Good games to both. As that's it for round number 3. And folks, we will have a repeat. Well, actually, we will have a different usual match that we would have here. Hello there, gentlemen or ladies, or however you wish to be called. The room code is posted in the VC chat. Please join in and then let me know when you're both there, and then we can get started. As we take a look currently at here at our standings, Shake, Boy, and Rattle. Alright, gentlemen, you can join the first match, and then you may begin whenever ready. Interesting set of standings. Only one member here will end here with a perfect record, as we have, as it stands right now, Harbinger in first, Uni in second, Amber in third, Darvion in fourth. Someone jumped in fifth, Atticus in sixth, Saltwater in seventh, Thumper in eighth, Harlequin Rex in ninth, Aquamarine in 10, who is done for today at a 1-3 record, Greninja, and then we have, unfortunately, Olivia, who has dropped, but no worries there. As we will join in. As here we go, folks, round number 4. Hopefully I'm not too late in leads. Oh, here we go. Round Round 4 is underway. We have Greninja Whimsicott on one end, Frostlass Serena on the other. Greninja, the Abomasnow, Sneasler, Gliscor. Interesting setup here with Gliscor. And Whimsicott and Banette versus some of the ones, Frostlass Serena, Garchomp, King Gambit, Sneasler, and Primarina. As we have Mega Frostlass go up, which means the snow is on the incoming. You gotta wonder if this Greninja is a Mega Greninja, as technically from the Whimsicott, fastest thing on the field. Gunk Shot into the Serena. This will do much damage, and it goes down. Serena down and out right away. Aurora Veil set up here from Frostlass. Damage is reduced. An interesting set to round 1 indeed. As here comes out King Gambit here, who will appreciate the Aurora Veil being up. Now the question is Gliscor in this match? And if so, when will it come out? But it will not come out right away as Abomasnow shows up. Protect from the Whimsicott. Blizzard goes. Unfortunately, Abomasnow weak still to Ice types. And a critical hit at... Excuse me, not weak, my bad. It's neutral, but still a critical hit. As Whimsicott takes a Protect very well. As Tailwind is started up, Blizzard goes into the Abomasnow, but down goes... Oh, Whimsicott living on 1, most likely Focus Sash here. Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, King Gambit, Iron Head into the Whimsicott, and now down it goes. So trade for a trade. No Whimsicott on one end, no Serena. Both grass types are out of it. As Greninja will come back out onto the field. As Frostlass sets up here a Protect. And Greninja goes in for a Night Slash. But unfortunately does not get much done. But Aurora Veil set up here by the Abomasnow. But in comes in the Iron Head into the Greninja. Interesting move here as Greninja now a Dark type. Pure Dark type. As Frostlass withdraws out. As we have Garchomp now out onto the field. The Sucker Punch into the Abomasnow. Down goes Obamna and the Abomasnow. Night Slash into the Garchomp. Rough Skin damage coming on back. No more snow out on the field. But Aurora Veil also out on Sumdut's side. However, he holds the lead 3-2 as here comes out Bennett. As a Dragon Fang and Focus Sash is discovered. As Mega Bennett now out. Ready to prankster everybody out here. As Protect also set up here. Will-O-Wisp into the Garchomp does not go anywhere. Ice Punch into the Garchomp as well. No more Tailwind setup and not much done. As we as we still await, I thought for a second that we had a Sword Stance set up. As out goes Garchomp, most likely incoming. Yes, for Frostlass. Excuse me, it definitely is Frostlass. It is 3 Pokemon left. For some of the Ice Punch into the Frostlass, who takes the damage pretty well. Poltergeist into the Frostlass. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O as Frostlass goes down. No damage for you. No Blizzard Spam for you, but Kowtow Cleave coming on out into the Bennett, who lives, folks. Bennett taking at least one Kowtow Cleave, but you gotta think Sucker Punch must be on that King Gambit. It must be coming on out here as Garchomp is out here, folks. One turn of Aurora Veil left. But Snow should carry us to the end. As Garchomp is burned here by Will-O-Wisp. Ice Punch into the Garchomp as well. Down it goes. But Greninja taking a whole bunch of chip damage. Kowtow Cleave from the King Gambit into the Bennett. And folks, we are down to a one-on-one contest. And there is no Aurora Veil left. That's actually probably how the Bennett lives, on Aurora Veil protection. King Gambit at full, and Greninja, you gotta wonder, does Greninja have any secret moves left behind? No Ice Punch goes into the Gambit. Any freeze possible? Nope. And that'll do it here, folks. Some that wins a very close and very entertaining final match for round 4 here. Congratulations to both our competitors. A very entertaining match indeed. I guess, folks, that should wrap it up here from round 1. Just awaiting 2 more results here. So, folks, Harbinger will be our only 4-0 contestant. Here, as our top 4 is but set, we will have a 4-0 and 3 3-1s. We're just awaiting Saltwater versus Thumper to wrap this up. And there it is. We do get our last result. Matt takes the victory. So that does it for round number 4. And that brings an end to our group stage. That being said, here are our rankings. I guess it did not give the buy. I may have, maybe have on my end for. Oh yeah, because points per buy. Yes, Greninja, I'm done for now. Thank you very much for participating. And yes, someday I will see you later. Greninja, thank you very much. It was very fun to see you on your first match here. Hope you enjoy Pokemon Champions. Alright, we have one vote for going straight into it. Alright, we have 2, so I will... Alright, let's get going. Let's end the group stage officially. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted. Evan was... Alright, so folks, our top 4 today is Darvion versus Uni, and Harbinger versus Sumduts will be our 1-4 matchup. We await for them to... We will await for this result to end for their match to begin, and then after that we will have our finals. It is my 2:30 alarm, which is actually perfectly timed. Alrighty, on folks, here we go. Oh, randomized music. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, here we go. So our 2-3 match We'll begin here. Of course, Uni running Gardevoir, Hydreigon, Garchomp, Toxapex, Lopunny, Aegislash, and Darnion running Kingambit, Torterra. Torterra, the most intriguing Pokemon here in this match. Sneasler, Basculegion, Milotic, and Aerodactyl. This, of course, as a reminder... Hello, Thumper. Welcome to stream. I'm here for the Lev 8 watch. Well, hope you enjoy the top 4. As a reminder, for competitors, top 2 players today will be receiving prizing in form of Nintendo Switch gift cards, which will be sent actually by the end of the day. So I will be DMing our winners later on to our top 2 to get to be able to send them their prize. As we get set here with the Darvion leading Milotic, Aerodactyl, and we have Lopunny, Hydreigon out. Unnerved here from the Hydreigon. And as we do know from earlier on, this Lopunny is a Mega Lopunny. As Hydreigon is out. And in comes in the Toxapex. Truly, any Pokemon can win at VGC, including Toxapex, the pest himself. As Lopunny Mega Evolves, Protect into by the Aerodactyl. Fake Out will not go. Let's see what this Milotic is going to do. It is going to go for an Icy Wind, so speed control from the Milotic as well. Healed right back up, but both Mons down in speed. Toxapex not really mattering as much as it is the slowest thing here in this match. But for Lopunny, it is a bit of an issue because now it is a fighting type and it has to withdraw, as here will most likely come a flying move. Here comes in the Aegislash. It is a Mega Aerodactyl. Here it comes. In all of its rocky beautiness with its long ass rock mustache, rock beard, rock slide. Aegislash easily taking it as a steel type. And Scald, however, into the Aegislash. No burn procs, but Infestation into the... into the Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl will be taking chip damage from Toxapex for the rest of the time that it is out on the field. As we have a Protect here set up. And we have a King Shield also set up. As we have Scald going into the Aegislash. Doesn't go, but Toxapex goes in with a Toxic of its own into the Milotic, who is now badly poisoned. Both Pokemon will now be taking chip damage. One of them from a permanent set of status condition. Sorry, I'm fumbling my English. From a permanent poison status condition, badly poisoned at that. Toxapex looking at its flaps, waiting for its commands. Aerodactyl shouting, "I am ready to attack! Trainer, tell me what to do." And Dual Wing Beat is the command. And Dual Wing Beat it shall be, hitting both times. Scald into the Aegislash once again. And the burn hits this time. A stance change physical Aegislash, unfortunately caught by a burn, meaning not enough for Milotic, who eats its citrus berry. Toxic into the Aerodactyl. Trades of wits and woes, as 3 Pokemon out here with status conditions, and Toxapex is the only one, but doing all that it can. Infestation, toxic, burn. Everybody takes damage this turn. You gotta wonder what Uni will be thinking of doing here with Aegislash. Will it click another King Shield, or will it stand on out? Toxapex will leave, so no more infestation into the Aerodactyl. As Hydreigon comes back out, Shadow Sneak into Mega Aerodactyl as Rock Slide coming on in. Aegislash goes down, but not before getting some damage off. And Skull will now go into Hydreigon, who does take the hit but does not get burnt. Lopunny coming back out here for Uni. It is the fastest thing on the field. I believe actually followed by... No, it will be the fastest thing on the field. Hydreigon will go actually third thanks to Mega Aerodactyl being very fast. But Dalrion not showing his cards just yet. In fact, not showing it right away, as a critical hit fake out and a Dark Pulse goes into Aerodactyl. Actually, Hydreigon is faster, folks! And Mega Aerodactyl goes down, and the Flinch procs, and the Milotic goes down. 2 straight knockouts here. And, well, how the tables have tabled and how the turns have turned, as here comes out Narion's last hand, which is Kingambit and Basculegion. And remember, folks, Lopunny being scrappy at with Mega Evolution does not worry about Ghost typing here. But you gotta wonder, will it be going for close combat first into the... Excuse me, will it be going close combat first into the Kingambit or not? Nope, it decides to protect here, just to read things out. Hydreigon gonna go for Dark Pulse into the Basculegion, and it lives on 15 HP! But it flinches! Oh no! But Hydreigon goes down. Iron Head from Kingambit. Folks, we are even tied at 2. And there's a pest that's come back out to spread all of its wits and woes onto its enemies. The good news, however, for Kingambit is that it cannot be poisoned. However, infestation is there regardless. So you gotta assume here the Lopunny is going to be going into locking in against the Basculegion to knock it out. The question is, what is Kingambit gonna do? Oh no, wait, Basculegion faster here. With Wave Crash, Lopunny goes down! Oh my! But down goes Basculegion. The 2 fastest Pokemon on the field are gone. Kowtow Cleave into the Toxapex. Infestation from the Toxapex We are getting to the end here, folks. It is one-on-one. Who will come out on top? Both Pokemon here sitting very... Honestly, I had to say, both Pokemon are sitting here very comfortably. Toxapex will set up a Baneful Bunker. Ironhead into the Baneful Bunker. Does not worry about the poison. Free healing for Toxapex. As Kingambit takes more chip. Ironhead into Toxapex. Will it flinch? No. As more infestation damage incoming here. Folks, this may drag on until the end. As remember, Kingambit, even if it's going to be taking infestation damage, it will be doing a lot of damage. Even Cleave will do a bunch. And then... But Ironhead, though, on the other hand, would prevent Toxapex from getting more extra infestation damage in as Baneful Bunker goes up. You gotta wonder if this Kingambit, if it has Sword Stance, it must not. So, unfortunately, unable to be able to get that one huge attack off, as Infestation doing more damage here. Folks, it seems that we have accidentally ordered a bunch of SVOU stall matching as Baneful Bunker gets twice. The double Baneful Bunker here, folks. Toxapex healing up even more. And no more infestation here for Kingambit, but it most likely is coming at some point. Yes, an unfortunate... I wouldn't call it a snooze fest. A Wits of Chess as Cleave coming into the Toxapex, taking huge damage, more infestation on its way. Things trickling slowly but surely. Somebody will make a mistake. As Kingambit, in a position it does not want to be in, it needs to get a huge crit here to win, or else Toxapex is going to outweigh it. And we get a Baneful Bunker here. Extra healing here as Kingambit on its final toes. Will the king stand tall, or will its empire crumble? Cleave, so no double Baneful Bunker. Goes into the Toxapex, does not get the crit. Will get the damage off. And Kingambit lives. And folks, this will wrap it up. Kingambit versus Toxapex. His Majesty cannot outweigh Banefuling, Bunkering, Infestationing, Toxicking. And that does it. Uni will move on here to the finals. Congratulations to Uni. Actually, excuse me, this is game one. My apologies. I don't know why. Here on to game one of 3. So, I don't know why. Sorry, I've been thinking so much of game one. So Uni taking a 1-0 lead here. We gotta wonder what changes will be made by both sides, if any. Dun dun hey! 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 So here we go. Sneasler, Admirer, Darbion versus Aegislash, Admirer, Uni, Toxapex, Hydreigon on one end. Stand ready. Seesaw, the Torterra is out. Folks, here it is in all of its huge majesty. And honestly, it actually may play a huge difference maker as Toxapex now fears grass and ground type moves. Gives me more ground type moves than anything. Mega Arrow out first. Baneful Bunker coming on in. Here comes the Draco Meteor. Into the Torterra. It lives. Tailwind now up. You gotta wonder what the Torterra's up to next. Shell Smash. Oh boy, folks! Here we go! Shell Smash Torterra! It is definitely now the fastest thing on the field, and the wider consumed. Holy moly, folks. Incoming Earthquakes. Incoming... I actually don't know what else it would... incoming Rock Slides, most likely. Hydreigon and both Hydreigon and Toxapex are in major trouble if it has the good EVs to nuke things out here. Hydreigon deciding to not stick around. But here comes out the Aegislash Wide Guard from the Toxapex. Dual Wing Beat into the Aegislash slot. It is, oh, it's a headlong rush. Toxapex nuked out of this world. There will be no more pest in this game. Oh, baby mama. Wow. Incoming Megalopony now. Most likely going to be clicking Fake Out here. The question is, does it go into Aerodactyl or into Torterra? Because if it goes into Torterra, then Aerodactyl, this is a free slot to click Dual Wing Beat into a Mega. Unless Lopunny does not Mega here, which would be could most likely be the smarter decision. Oh, it does not. So we are going to be getting Megalopony here. We have Protect from the Aerodactyl. Goes into Fake Out, so Fake Out goes nowhere. But Aegislash going on the offensive. Shadow Sneak into Torterra, and down goes Torterra here. one headlong rush, but what a difference maker that was. Here comes out the King Gambit. Lopunny going for Protect as Dual Wing Beat will connect but will go nowhere. Catacleve into the High Dragon. And Tailwind peters out.
I don't associate with demons.
So Lopunny now switching on out. Here comes back in the Aegislash. Draco Meteor now going into the Aerodactyl. But it is not enough to get the kill. Dual Wing Beat into the Aegislash. That was a crit. And another one under 50% HP is this Aegislash. Question is, what has King Gambit clicked? It has clicked Iron Head. Massive damage here, folks. So Protect and Protect. Draco Meteor going into the Aerodactyl, going nowhere. As here comes out the Aegislash. Close combat. Choppleberry is going to be consumed. Are you sure about that? The answer is yes. 67 HP left. Ugh, that disgusts me having to say that. But down goes Aegislash as well. Close combat for Catacleve, and Catacleve wins. Here comes back out the Mega Lopunny. Here will be able to get a Protect off. So Protect coming in here from the King Gambit. Draco Meteor, and it misses! Draco Meteor miss! Lopunny goes down. High Dragon. Unfortunate position. We are going to a game number 3, folks. This is insane. So here we go, folks. Game number 3. ready to set to roll. Uni definitely going to be making changes here. The question is, will Darvion expect a change, and will he switch off, or will he stay in with his Torterra over... Sorry, it was over the Basque Legion, or Milotic, as we did not see the fourth Mon. Cut is a best of 3. Yes, cut is best of 3 close team sheet. So here we go, folks. Lopunny Aegislash. Stand ready and wobble. Here comes out the Basque Legion. So changes on both ends for leads. But Aerodactyl, the only one who decides to remain here. Aerodactyl Megas. Most likely setting up Tailwind unless it expects a fake out. As Mega Lopunny also Mega Evolves. Here we go. An even matchup. Ghost types on each side. As Fake Out goes into the Aerodactyl, so no Protective. Was most likely taking Tailwind here. A flip turn here into the Lopunny. So let's see what's next. It will be the King Gambit comes on out. So King Gambit comes in. Aegislash going on the offensive side. And we'll click Poltergeist. It is resisted, but still, that is you never want to take that much damage regardless. So out comes the Lopunny, in comes in the Toxapex, making its return. And it is Hydreigon on the final slot here for Uni. Dual Wing Beat going into the Toxapex. And a critical hit off. Oh, and Kowtow Cleaves reading a switch incoming into the Hydreigon. Wow, wow, wow indeed. Mega Aerodactyl putting in the money, and Darvion calling out shots. And you gotta believe Hydreigon has to hit this. Not only it has to get the Dracometer if it is incoming into Aerodactyl, but you have to wonder, will it roll the higher roll? Because you gotta assume that previous Dracometer, the last match, was a low roll. And here it comes, and it was indeed a low roll as Aerodactyl goes down. Ironhead goes into the Hydreigon. Infestation into the King Gambit from the Toxapex, healing up a little bit more from those dual wing beats. So our first knockout of the day, of the match, goes to Aerodactyl being out. As here comes out a stake, and its stake's name is Milotic. As we did see in Game 1, this Milotic does have Icy Wind, so Hydreigon may be a bit afraid of getting a crit Icy Wind. It's most likely in knockout range from Icy Wind in the first place, so the question is, does it stay or does it go? As Protect goes out, so no attacks coming from Milotic. Draco Meteor connecting but doing no damage. Countdown Cleave will go into the Toxapex. Toxic going into the Milotic, also protected off. So overall advantage on neither side. It is, yes, 4-on-3, folks, but Hydreigon and Toxapex both in precarious positions, especially Hydreigon. As here comes out the Milotic, here comes back out the Basculegion. Infestation gone from King Gambit. Here comes back out the Aegislash. Draco Meteor now coming in. It is at -2. Not enough to get the kill. The question is, what has this Gambit decided to do? Who will it attack? It goes into the Hydreigon. And down it goes. 3-on-3. Three on three indeed. Where's my Mario Hoops? Lopunny. Come back out here. Let's see what is done here. You gotta expect Lopunny is clicking Fake Out here, unless it decides to go for a big, strong, close combat into the King Gambit, who would not be able to tank it even with Shopwell. As here comes out Milotic for Basculegion. Fake Out into the Milotic, so none there. Close combat incoming from the Aegislash into the King Gambit, and down it goes. So Basculegion back out here. You gotta assume that Basculegion is going for last respects. Even with the Lopunny out here, you gotta assume it is going to be clicking last respects simply to get more damage done onto the Toxapex, which is still around in the back. As Lopunny goes for Protect here. And King Shield incoming from the Aegislash. The question is, who attacks where? Last respects. And Scald. Lopunny switching out here. Here comes in the Toxapex. Shadow Sneak incoming from Aegislash. How much does this do? It is not enough to get the kill. It is indeed Last Respect's Cassipberry. It is not enough, however. +2 to 150 for Last Respect's. Down goes Aegislash. Can the Toxapex take a Scald here? No, because here comes out a burn. As Leftovers healing is kept intact. Now, interesting position here because here's how it stands. Lopunny's most likely clicking Fake Out. But here's the thing, if it clicks Fake Out into the Milotic, it opens Last Respect's doing lots of damage into Toxapex from the Basculegion. But if it does Fake Out into the Basculegion, then Scald is just right there into the Lopunny. However, it could also protect. But the question is, where do you go with this? A crucial game, a crucial move. Fake Out into the Basculegion, not enough to get the kill. Scald incoming. Lopunny does not go down, and it does not get burnt. Leftovers healing negated, however, from the burn. Infestation into Wobble. The Basculegion, who goes down. Milotic still holds a big advantage here, however, folks, as it does still have access to Icy Wind, so it could go for Icy Wind if it wishes to do spread damage, and it does not! Uni wins! Moving on to our finals. Congratulations to Uni making it in. Uni moves on. So now our first final done, our second final set here. And the room code is 0145 9498. So here we go, folks. Our second semifinal is set and underway here. Harbinger versus Sumdut. As Glamora makes its first appearance on stream, as we have Garchomp, Whimsicott, Basculegion, Glamora, King Gambit, Charizard, and on the other side we have of course Frostlass, Serena, Garchomp, King Gambit, Sneasler, and Primarina. So here we go, folks. Second semifinal underway. 2 Master Ball ranked trainers. Sumdut sending a Frostlass Serena. Basculegion, Whimsicott from Harbinger. So Frostlass protects. Triple Axle into the Whimsicott. 1, 2, 3. Down goes Whimsicott. Mega Frostlass, Charizard, Heat Wave. Down goes Frostlass, and Serena taking a bunch of damage, luckily living thanks to Aurora Veil, and thanks to now this 2 HP Last Respects Trump Kick into the Basculegion, also living. And the attack goes down! Oh my! Garchomp now coming on out. As we will just take a look at our damage. Yes, it is indeed Tailwind on one side. There is no Aurora Veil up. So Garchomp now coming on out. Here comes out Sneasler. Mega Charizard Y out now with the Heat Wave before, and now setting up the snow. I assume it meant to be Mega Charizard Y last turn. But here comes out Heat Wave. Serena out for Sneasler. Last Respects coming into the Garchomp. The -1 attack definitely paying dividends. Charizard living, however. the Basque Legion sadly goes down. And here comes out, it's Glamora, our favorite poison rock type. It'd be interesting to see what it does here. You gotta expect Sneasler here will be attacking with Fake Out. One turn of Tailwind also, remember folks, left for Harbinger, as here comes out Serena once again. Protect from the Garchomp. It's Earth Power into the Serena. Down it goes. Let's see what Charizard is elected to do here. And it was indeed Heat Wave. Here comes out Sneasler now. Back out. No more Tailwind out here, folks, so you gotta wonder if the Garchomp is faster. Somebody has to be praying that he does have the speed advantage for Garchomp, or else it is in trouble here. So from lowly stall with Torterra and Toxapex, close combat going into Glamora. It lives. White Herb consume. The question is Charizard faster? No, it is not. Game 1 is over for this set for our other top 4, and Sunda gets game 1. You're probably looking at this game, and probably the only thing that you can say is a major what if is what if Charizard had Mega Evolved in the first turn it was out. So here we go, folks. So here we go, folks. Game 2. Sumdut versus Harbinger. Sumdut leading 1-0. As it'll be Charizard Whimsicott out first. Sneasler Gambit. So both players in interesting positions. The question is, what will they do? So Mega Charizard Y coming on in with the sun. Here comes the sun. Do. Here comes the sun, and I say that Sneasler will go for Fake Out into Whimsicott. Heat Wave. King Gambit. It misses the Gambit. Oh no! Iron Head into Whimsicott. A poor miss there. Charizard in trouble, folks. Here comes out the Garchomp now. Most likely going to be clicking Earthquake. Question is, what will the Sneasler and what will the King Gambit do? Charizard now going for a Protect. Sucker Punch into the Garchomp. Massive damage here. Does take the chip. Close Combat into the Garchomp. 2 HP! In Rough Skin. And now Citrus Berries consumed. Doubled up. White Berries consumed. Oh my! Garchomp going for Earthquake here. King Gambit finally taking an actual attack. Sneasler goes down. I guess Harbinger was expecting Charizard to take hits. An unfortunate Protect, costing its good old pal Garchomp to be in a bad position. Thank you for the follow, Zen Duck Duck. Welcome in. We are in Game 2 of our second semifinals here at the Victoria Day Cup Online. Charizard withdrawing here, as Frostlass was likely about to Mega, so we want to have final, what's the word I'm looking for? Final weather. That's the word I'm looking for. As Snow Warning comes on up. Protect from the King Gambit. Dragon Claw into the Garchomp. Goes nowhere. Incoming Blizzard. No, Aurora Veil. Interesting move. So Gambit will appreciate the extra protection. However, I have to wonder, is Basculegion strong? Is Basculegion in a position where it is strong enough to do 100 base power stab last respects? Nope, it elects to hold on here and to click Protect. Sucker Punch into the Basculegion. It does not go. Earthquake is... The Garchomp is faster here. Down goes King Gambit. Frostlass taking some chip damage. Shadow Ball into the Garchomp will knock it out. And so the final weather in this battle will be Sun from Harbinger. As it is Garchomp, that the final Mon. Interesting setup, folks, because yes, Aurora Veil still up. Most likely is a last respects Heat Wave incoming. The question is Garchomp going to be able to get the Rock Slide off first? Frostlass in preparation protects. Rock Slide is faster from the Garchomp. Charizard lives. Heat Wave. Frostlass protects. How much damage will be taking Garchomp here? 45 HP gone. Basculegion flinched as well. Oh my. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster at sacrifice. Question is does Frostlass actually hold any speed advantage in this match? With 2 turns for Auroraville left, you have to hope so. Garchomp, however, fastest thing on the field. Charizard goes down. It is a critical hit as well. Frostlass Shadow Ball into Basculegion. That does it. Sumdut takes game 2. Sumdut wins it. And with that, folks, our second semifinal is set. The number 1 seed goes down. It is a 2v4. As folks, we are getting set here for our finals. As here we go, folks. Once again, as a reminder, both these teams have the following. Uni has Gardevoir, Hydreigon, Garchomp, Toxapex, Lopunny, and Aegislash. Sumdut having Frostlass, Serena, Garchomp, Kingambit, Sneasler, and finally Primarina. So here we go. Hydreigon, Lopunny, Sneasler, and Serena. As we get set here, Mega Lopunny Megas. As Aegislash comes in for Hydreigon. Lopunny also going for Protect. Low Kick from the Serena. Great call! As Primarina making its first appearance on stream, coming in instead of Sneasler. Here comes out Toxapex now. So Uni's entire squad revealed. Protect from the Primarina. Taunt from Serena into Aegislash, meaning no King Shield will be allowed for the next 3 turns. Poltergeist doesn't connect thanks to Protect. Imagine first set of feeling each other out here, trying to see who will make the first big move. Another taunt as well, so no Baneful Bunker available for Toxapex. Poltergeist going in to Primarina. Leftovers doing lots of damage. Hyper Voice, however, coming back in. Aegislash taking a lot of damage. Infestation now super effective into Serena, who fortunately or unfortunately now will be taking chip damage. We gotta wonder, is it going to go for Drop Kick next, or will it go for Low Kick and call out a switch? Poltergeist now into Serena. Down it goes. A critical hit. Did the crit matter? That is the question. Infestation into the Primarina doesn't go. Getting extra healing off here. Shadow Sneak, Mega Frost Blast now. The hit as Blizzard comes on in. Will Toxapex be frozen? Yes, it will! The freeze kicks in! A terrible time to be frozen is Toxapex. Unable to now move. as the taunt comes out, but now you have to pray for a freeze removal. Somebody send this Toxapex a fire type move. As here's Megalopony now out here. In a bit of a precarious position. I do not believe it outspeeds Sneasler, who may have the advantage here in clicking Fake Out. No, it does not. Sneasler is not at the speed advantage. Shadow Ball from Frostlass into Toxapex. Does it thaw out? It does thaw out! Toxic goes in! Toxapex says, no siree, do not keep me frozen. I will not be denied. Sneasler takes a close combat. It lives. And responds back. Lopunny goes down. Close combat on close combat action. White Herb is consumed. Blizzard now going into the Toxapex. Not very effective. No freeze. Into the Sneasler now, who will go down from infestation damage. Yes, down it goes. Primarina, Frostlass versus Hydreigon, Toxapex. And thank you for the follow, Get Pilfered, and hello, Aquamarine, welcome to stream, and hello, Mandy, welcome to stream. We are in game 1 of our finals, and thank you for the follow, Thumper. Snarl now into the Frostlass, gets the KO. And thank you for the follow, Aquamarine. Calm Mind set up here. So, special defense boost. And here comes out a Toxic from Toxapex. Primarina on 69. Very nice HPs. You gotta wonder if this Primarina has access to Dazzling Gleam or if it has access to Moonblast. Because if it is Dazzling Gleam, I do wonder if Hydreigon goes down. And if it's Moonblast, does Hydreigon have Protect? Now here comes out the Snarl. So special attack goes down. And no, it is Moonblast. -1. Will it be enough? It is. Hydreigon goes down here. Infestation, however, coming into Toxapex. The pest of the Pex may have just sealed its victory away. That will about do it here. Primarina, 17 HP, unless they can somehow get a critical hit on Toxapex, would be wrapping things up here. Baneful Bunker coming in for Toxapex. Moonblast hits the Protect. Will the heal from the leftovers be enough? Most likely on that is a no. Poison damage does it. Primarina goes down. Uni takes game 1. So here we go, folks. We are now set. Game 2. Uni leads this game 1-0. Leads this set, 1-0. Looking to wrap things up. Sumdut looking to push it to 3. As here we go, folks. Lopunny Toxapex lead for Uni. And on the other side it is Sneasler Primarina. Serena now coming on out. Turn 1 as Mega Lopunny comes into action. As protect, nothing happens much of importance in this turn. Infestation now into the Serena. As here comes out Primarina in the place of Sneasler as Dropkick goes in. Infestation onto the Primarina now. Dropkick once again into the Toxapex, doesn't go much. Citrus Berry about to attack Serena. Thanks to Poltergeist, and it lives on 9 HP and consumes the Citrus Berry, so no more Poltergeist here. Hyper Voice into the Aegislash. Toxapex Infestation, however, into into the Serena. Both sides getting their healing and then getting their chip damage down. Infestation damage. Taunt has been shook off. King Shield now from Aegislash. Taunt into the High Dragon. As Hyper Voice goes in and down goes no one as High Dragon resists and Aegislash protects. Excuse me. King Shielded would be the proper term. Out goes the Serena. Here comes out the Poltergeist from Aegislash onto Primarina as Sneasler comes in for Serena, excuse me. As Primarina takes a lot of damage. Moonblast now into the Toxapex. Chip damage there. We are still pretty even here at with 4 Pokemon on each side. However, we still don't know what is the last Mon for Sumdut as he protects his Primarina. As Close Combat goes into Toxapex, expecting a switch. Doesn't happen. Wider, however, will get consumed, so Sneasler is now the fastest thing on the field. Poltergeist into Primarina, doesn't go. Toxapex Infestation into Sneasler. And goes Sneasler now, taking some infestation damage. Folks, Toxapex really setting the pace of the game. You gotta wonder here, who's gonna make the first mistake? Because Toxapex, at this point, has to be prepared to set up a poison into either Primarina, or into whatever is the last mon. Oh no, we're going back into Serena here. And Direclaw into the Toxapex, maybe a poison or sleep? Sorry, a paralyzing sleep? Nope, nothing happens. Poltergeist fails. Infestation into the Serena, who will go down here. As Toxapex gets leftovers healing, Sneasler takes more infestation damage. And so the first knocked out Mon goes to Sumnut's Serena. 4-3. Here comes out. Oh, and the last one is King Gambit. So it is not Garchomp nor Frostlass. It is King Gambit here for game number 2. So here comes out the Lopunny in exchange for the Aegislash. Baneful Bunker from Toxapex. Dire Claw from Sneasler into the Toxapex, doesn't go. Countdown Cleave, however, goes into the Lopunny slot, and it takes damage. A Protect coming from Sneasler and a Protect coming from King Gambit, expecting one of these two mons to take a fake out. No, it is a close combat into the King Gambit. Close combat into the Lopunny. Down goes Lopunny here. As Sneasler goes -1 defense, special defense. And Countdown Clay from King Gambit into the Toxapex here. As Toxapex goes for Infestation. As Toxapex gets some healing. Sneasler no longer caught in Infestation, but King Gambit is 3v3. Here comes out the High Dragon now. Here, looking to do some massive damage, but Sneasler, remember, is still the fastest thing on the field thanks to Unburden, most likely thanks to Unburden Wider being consumed, so High Dragon does have to worry for a big close combat coming as Aegislash makes the switch. Was close combat red? It was, and Aegislash puts its shield up like a king, serving its kingdom, but Toxapex goes down 3v2. And no more Infestation either for King Gambit. And folks, we may be going here to a game number 3 as here comes back out High Dragon, unless it can pull off any sort of upset here. Aegislash going on the offensive here with Shadow Sneak. Will it be enough onto the Sneasler? It is! At -1, Sneasler goes down and out. Hold up, folks. Sucker Punch into the High Dragon doesn't go. Excuse me, into the... Wait. What? I guess Shadow Sneak has better priority than Aegislash. I guess Sucker Punch has lower priority than Shadow Sneak? I actually have to hold up. Wait a second. I have to check this out real quick. Shadow Sneak. Is it? No, it's only +1 priority. Why did Shadow Sneak go off first? As the Primarina is going to go for Protect. High Dragon going for Dark Pulse. Does not go. Aegislash going to Close Combat. Into King Gambit. King Gambit goes down. 4 times effective. Folks, I am still very confused. How did Shadow Sneak go off first? But I believe this will wrap it up here, so congratulations here. Aegislash Shadow Sneaking off in front of the King Gambit. Unless Primarina has got some sort of special thing going for it. Can it get something good going? No, it cannot. That is... Oh, shit. Sucker Punch has a priority of +1. My apologies. I thought it was a +2 for some reason. But that being said, that is over. And our winner in Victoria Day Online Cup champion Uni Congratulations to all participants. Congratulations to Uni for winning our top prize. Some that's getting himself a second place prize here as well. Congratulations to both. And yeah, that will about wrap it up here. But yeah, let's make it official here, folks. Evan, Uni, our winner here. Harbinger and Davrion finishing 3rd and 4th respectively. Thank you everyone for participating. And thank you for everybody for joining us today. But yeah, that'll about wrap it up here. I think to end it off, we're going to do our draw. Here we have to recruit a Pokemon to end it off. So let's go see what the Pokemon Company has decided that we can choose from today. And our choices are Mulga, Kingambit, Slurpuff, Scovillain, Passimian, Pingoro, Chestnut, Audino, Pidgeot, and Skeledirge the Sociable. It has to be between Slurpuff and Scovillain for sure. But the question is, which one shall we choose? Oh, wait, Slurpuff no longer has Belly Drum? Oh, that's... Wow, okay. Well, that disappoints me a lot, I guess. Scovillain it is. You know what? Just for the fun of it, we'll use one of our permanent tickets. That is quite tragic. Actually, let's go. Let's not go here because I don't have a premium battle pass. Not yet. And yeah, so that'll about wrap it up. So thank you everybody for coming on to stream. We are going to raid out now. So on the YouTube side, thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe on YouTube if you want to. I stream GTA content on here, but I will also stream some Pokemon content as well. But yeah, on my YouTube side, thank you everybody for coming on in. I will catch you guys the next time.